The NFL season's less than a month away, and I decided I'm going to try and predict how many wins each team will get. You guys might not know this about me, but I'm actually a pretty big NFL fan. So let's see how well I do. And we're starting with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, I'm trying to do this as unbiased as possible. Because, yes, I'm a 49ers fan. I've worn jerseys on stream. I've got a shirt on right now. Merchandise, all the good stuff. But I'm going to do this as unbiased as possible.
Are you sure?
In my opinion, Matthew Stafford, the reigning MVP, is old. Now, does age mean bad? No, age does not mean bad. However, I think last year was one of his final good years. Now, don't get me wrong. They have good receivers. They have Nakua. They have Devontae Adams. Devontae's kind of getting older, though. And they have Myles Garrett. I cannot put them down here for sure. It would be criminal to put them down here. I would just make people mad. But do I think they'll get 14 plus wins? I feel like the Rams are a 10-13 team. Hate me if you want. Hate me if you want. The Rams are not making it to the Super Bowl. All right, the next team, the Browns. The Browns. We got Shedeur Sanders. This is a 1-3 win team. The quarterback competition in Cleveland right now is Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. That is not. I don't want either of those guys slinging the ball. And I can name one Browns receiver. Their running back's okay, and they lost Myles Garrett. This team is not going to do well. Maybe here, but I'm putting them here. The Falcons. You want to talk about quarterback competitions? This one's arguably worse. You got Penix or Tua. My gut's telling me 4 to 6 wins because they're not as bad as the Browns, but they're still not going to do well. I know they have Bijan, and I would love to be surprised, but I feel like they're not going to do that good. All right, the Chargers. Can they protect Justin Herbert? That was the issue in the playoffs. Every time I watch the Chargers, Justin Herbert is under pressure. Like, it is bad. Why am I wearing headphones? Hold on. If they can protect Justin Herbert, they're a playoff team for sure. But if he gets a concussion week 3 because he's getting hit, he's got to go. They got to go here. So I don't feel good about the Chargers. I think they'll get 9 wins. I think they'll barely make it, but I don't think they will get 10 wins. All right, the Panthers. Here's a little secret. I actually kind of like the Panthers. They're my favorite bad team. They made it to the playoffs last year. They were 8-9, but they made it to the playoffs. They're just so weird. My biggest problem with the Panthers is some of the coaching decisions because, for example, last season, they were choosing to play Hubbard over Dowdle when Dowdle was a better running back at the time. Now Dowdle's gone. It's just Hubbard again. But I think this year, I think they'll make the playoffs again. I don't think they're not going to decline. Bryce Young's getting better. Teteroa McMillan is amazing. I think they'll get in the 7 to 9 win range. The Seahawks. Seahawks fans, cover your ears. I'm trying to be unbiased. The Seahawks are on a decline. The Seahawks had one good year. They had one good year. They made it to the Super Bowl. They're not going back. And it's simple as this. They lost their team. The Super Bowl MVP, they traded him away. And from what I've heard over the offseason, some of their defense went away. The defense was the best part. Defense carried the team. I mean, so now Sam Darnold is quarterback. I still don't trust Sam Darnold. Yes, JSN is there. He doesn't impress me super much. He doesn't impress me crazily. I feel like he got a little overhyped. I watched games with him and he didn't get a lot of action because he didn't need to. The defense did really good and Kenneth Walker surprisingly did really good. They traded that all the way though. I think they'll still be okay. They're an NFC West team, but they're not going back to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go 10 to 13 wins. Buffalo. Josh Allen finally got the missing piece this offseason. He gained a decent wide receiver because their defense is good, their running back situation is good, their quarterback is good, except Josh Allen didn't have anybody to throw to. I think finally this is the year he has people to throw to. If any team can make the Super Bowl and get 14 plus wins, it is Buffalo. It is Buffalo. 1,000,000% it's Buffalo. Green Bay. The two people I think of with this team are Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft. Kraft is a good tight end. Jordan Love is an okay quarterback. He has his moments. I'm going to go 7 to 9 wins. There's something calling me here. They're just a mediocre team right now. They don't have any superstars. They don't have anybody super bad. They do have Micah Parsons, but he is hurt. The Saints. I am a Shaw fan. Tyler Shaw, 4-6 wins. They're not going to make it here, but they are on the rise. They just need a few more pieces. I'm a Tyler Shaw fan, though. I saw good things out of him. Vegas Raiders with the new Heisman. Fernando Mendoza. Do I think the Raiders will have a chance to make the playoffs? It's somewhere around here. Mendoza. He's not impressing me in the preseason, but it is preseason, so you can't judge much. And they got Cousins starting. 4-6 wins. These teams, I'm going to put Raiders at the top of this. Raiders are better than these two, but they're still... I mean, I can see them getting here. Like, they could shock everybody and get here, but I think they're here. The Dallas Cowboys. I don't understand Dallas. Because on paper, they're an amazing team. Their receivers are really good. Their quarterback is, on paper, really good. And they now have that new rookie. Defense is getting better. I don't know, but they're Dallas, though. They're Dallas. And I'm a Niners fan. I'm being honest here. I just gave them compliments, but I don't know. I'm going here. Dallas is going to have a decent season. But not amazing. Not amazing like these guys. The Bears. Caleb Williams. I don't like him. I don't like him as a quarterback. He did play well, but I don't like him. But they did make it to the playoffs. He made some great passes that were really, really lucky. He's better than Green Bay. Sometimes. If I wanted to be safe, I'd put it here. But I think they're going to get lower. They're going to like 10 to 11 wins, but I think they're going to be here. The Colts. Danny Dimes. Jonathan Taylor. They lost Pittman, and Alec Pierce is hurt. Jonathan Taylor's a good running back. Will Daniel Jones have a good season? I don't know. I want him to have a good season. They were kind of impressing me. Plus, they have Riley Leonard. I like him as a backup. He's good. Don't bring back Phillip Rivers. Here or here. I'm going to put the Colts right here. Colts are here. 7 to 9 wins. Dolphins, 1-3 wins. Next question. They could easily get more, but I don't think they will. Patriots, y'all had a fraudulent Super Bowl appearance. Bo Nix would have beat all of you. Your team would have been cooked in the conference championship if freaking Stidham, that's his name, right? Jarrett Stidham. If he didn't play, the Patriots don't make it. The Patriots got so lucky they were there. Drake May is overhyped. Drake May is a decent quarterback. He's overhyped. I was like almost on the Patriots bandwagon last season, and then I saw them play the Bills. 21 points up, and they blew it. Yes, partially, that's Josh Allen's magic. However, the Patriots are not good. They're overhyped, and now they have an extremely tough schedule. They're going here. Honestly, no, putting them behind Dallas. The Patriots are not good. They're not making it. No. The Patriots, no. Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff. I like him there. If I'm going to put these teams here, the Lions are going to be here. I think the Lions are going to have a better year. Last year was bad. It was kind of embarrassing, but I think they're better because they're not going to be splitting the backfield. I think Gibbs taking solo running will be better than him splitting the backfield. The Bengals. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. You know, you always hear about that duo, and then Joe Burrow's always hurt. I am nervous about the Bengals. I am going to put them here. I don't believe it. I don't have faith in the Bengals. Something about them I don't like. Tennessee Titans. Is it crazy to say the Tennessee Titans are going to do better than all of these teams? Is it crazy? Cam Ward's going to step into this position. Carnell Tate hopefully will help the team. I'm going there. I'm going there. I'm going there. The Eagles. Jalen Hurts is a glorified running back.
Emotional, damn it!
The Eagles are a bad team, flat out. And it's because of Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Every other position they're decent at, but because Jalen Hurts is quarterback, they're not good. Jalen Hurts should run the ball, not throw it, because he cannot throw. I do not care. The Eagles are not a good team. They're going there. Plus, they're on a decline. Jacksonville, tough team to rank. Trevor Lawrence looks majestic. 10-13 wins. The Broncos. All right. Bo Nix is an amazing quarterback. And this is one of the only other teams that I can see getting 14 plus wins easily. These were my Super Bowl favorites last year. Obviously, I won the Niners, but the Broncos were my Super Bowl favorites because they are so good. Their defense is immaculate. Bo Nix is an amazing quarterback. Their receiver room is amazing. Their running back room could use a little bit of work, but otherwise, it is great. The Broncos are so good. And the only reason they did not make it to the Super Bowl to beat the Seahawks, by the way, the only reason they did not make it to beat the Seahawks was because Jarrett Stidham had to play in the conference championship game. Because guess what? Bo Nix broke his ankle on some fluke tackle. That made me so sad because these guys were going to win the Super Bowl. The Broncos were going to win the Super Bowl. So they are here. They are still my favorites to win, to be honest. Maybe the Bills, but I'm thinking the Broncos. The New York Giants. These guys are going to be good. Now, do I want to put them here and say they're going to get 10 wins, or do I want to doubt them and give them 8 to 9? Dude, Jackson Dart and Scadaboo, whatever, they get me so excited to watch football. As long as they're healthy, they're here. But if they get any concussions or CTEs or broken ankles or any other injury, they're going here. So I am going to put them here to be safe because I know the play style of the team. The Vikings, 9. Not much to say about the Vikings. I see them on the level of the Browns. Yes, they have Justin Jefferson. But other than that, they have Kyler Murray as quarterback. He doesn't impress me. Maybe here. I should put them here the more I'm thinking about it. But for the most part, they're bad. They are a bad team. They are not going to do well. They have J.J. McCarthy, and they have Kyler Murray. Simple as that. The Cardinals. This team is so weird because they have every position filled except quarterback. Literally, wide receiver room. Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison. Michael Wilson's better than Marvin Harrison, by the way. Tight end, Trey McBride. Pretty good, I would say. Running back, they have Jeremiah Love now, and then they also have, Connors as running back, who's not horrible. So that's their weakest position on their team. Aside from quarterback. Dude, Jacoby Brissett, he got me excited. I thought, he's throwing the ball well. He's going to win the Cardinals games. And then they would always lose, dude. They would always lose. I was so confused because Jacoby Brissett would have the best looking stats and then he'd lose. He reminded me of Dak Prescott. And now they have Carson Beck, who, haters, shut up. Carson Beck is a good quarterback. I don't care what you say. He balled out in the Hall of Fame game and he balled out in college. However, those things do not make this team good. They are going here. Simple as that. I want to put them here just because their schedule is so difficult. But I am counting on the grace of Carson Beck. Now, if he doesn't play, they're here. Otherwise, they're here. The Baltimore Ravens. The team that has never impressed me playing football. Every time I hear about this team, the Baltimore Ravens are so good. Oh my gosh, Lamar Jackson. And then I watch them play. And I go, what are these guys on? Because the Baltimore Ravens, they don't impress me. They're not bad. They're not down here, and they're not good. They are here. The Giants are arguably better than the Baltimore Ravens. You cannot tell me otherwise. I don't find the Ravens impressive. The Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry, Swifties. But they're done. The Chiefs are done. The golden era of the Chiefs is over. I can see them here. They played so bad last season. While Mahomes was in, by the way. Don't fall for the rage bait of Mahomes being injured, and that's why they had a bad season. They sucked. They were so bad. And Travis Kelce is a declining tight end. He should have retired 2 years ago. But no, let's extend him. The Kansas City Chiefs are frauds now. They're frauds now. They won Super Bowls back then. They're frauds now. And I'm going to put them here. That's where my gut reaction is. You cannot tell me otherwise. The Buccaneers. I really like Baker Mayfield. He is so good. But he lost Mike Evans, and they almost lost Vita Vea. They didn't, but they almost lost Vita Vea. So, because of that, I can still see them getting 10 wins, though. Because they have Emeka Egbuka. They have Bucky Irving, right? They have Bucky Irving. I don't know. The Buccaneers started off so hot last year, and I actually had them. I did a ranking by myself last year. I had them here. They were playing so well, but now I'm putting them here just to be safe. I think they're going to come back to bite everybody's butt, though.
What?
The Jets, a crap team. The Steelers, they got rid of Mike Tomlin, but Aaron Rodgers is still in the team, and so for that reason, they are here. Yes, get mad at me. I do not care. If they play Drew Aller, they are here. If they play Drew Aller, they're here. But no, where they're going to give Aaron Rodgers one last ride, and they're not going to be good. I don't care. This is the end. They're not my hot take. The Steelers are not making it to the playoffs this year. The Washington Commanders. My biggest drawback with this team is when I think of them, I can name the quarterback, Jaden Daniels. The problem with Jaden Daniels, he has no one to throw to. It's the same situation that Josh Allen has had, except now Josh Allen has receivers. Jaden Daniels has Luke McCaffrey and Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin's not bad. Luke McCaffrey, he gets the job done, but I cannot name like star receivers on the Commanders. So for that reason, and their running back course sucks. I'm going here. I don't know. I wish they weren't there, but they are there. The Texans. We need to have a serious conversation right here. CJ Stroud needs to not start this team. Unless he has drastically changed in the offseason, he needs to not start. Because the amount of interceptions he threw in the playoffs alone, it shocked me. I had never seen a quarterback play that bad consistently besides Geno Smith. Because CJ Stroud was on par with Geno Smith. The defense did everything in their power to save their playoff run. And they couldn't. They couldn't save it because they are so bad. Because the offense is so bad. I can't put them here because the defense will score them points. But they are not 7-9 wins. They are here. The Texans are a bad team. I don't think this needs to go on any further, so I'm not going to talk about them anymore. And finally, my own San Francisco 49ers. I have a Brock Purdy bobblehead. I have a 49ers helmet. I have multiple jerseys. I have a shirt. I am not biased at all when I say they are going 14 plus wins. No, I'm not going to do that. No. Okay, they're going to sit there for now. I'm going to be as honest as I can about the 49ers, even though I'm a big fan. Brock Purdy, amazing quarterback. That's a good sign. Christian McCaffrey. This is going to sound very strange coming from a 49ers fan. I don't think he's worth the hype. Was he worth the hype? Yes. Is he currently worth the hype? Possibly. His receiving capability is great. His running capability was awful last season. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. McCaffrey could not run very well last season. And so that lowers him on my running back tier list, but it's McCaffrey. I'm going to say this, and he's going to ball out. And it's also the 49ers overuse him. Receiver core. Pearsall, our best receiver by far, is out because he didn't take care of himself in the offseason. Mike Evans, good trade for him. I love Mike Evans, but he's dealing with injuries because he's old. Deebo Samuel, another old guy, consistent, might get a few touchdowns here and there, not a game changer. Dejon Stribling, our rookie. When we drafted him, I crashed out because we traded back 3 times and then our first pick was a receiver. Only for me to be shocked by his performance in the preseason and realize that Dejon Stribling is our saving grace. He is replacing Brandon Ayuk. I don't care what you say. Yes, he's young. He's going to mature a little bit more to be the receiver he can be, but Dejon Stribling is a good receiver. Tight end core, George Kittle, currently injured but working hard to get back to the game. George Kittle will be back by week 1. I have faith in my heart, and he will play, and he will be amazing because he's George Kittle, and he's crazy, and he's a great tight end. And Jake Tonges, honorable mention Jake Tonges. He's an amazing tight end. He gets the job done when he needs to. Defense. Now, Fred Warner's back. Dre Greenlaw's back. Our linebackers are stacked again. Yes, they're older, but they're stacked. Our corners. Lenore, Green. They kind of impressed me. Not really. Defense could use some work, but for the most part, I like them. The biggest problem with the Niners, we get hurt. We get hurt. See, that team I just listed, if we're healthy, we're this every year. Like, for the past 3 years, the Niners have been a Super Bowl contender every single year at the start of the season. And then we get hurt. So as long as we stay healthy, I want to put us here. Now, fan bias is putting me here, so I'm going to lower them down to here. Here or here. I don't think they will get less than 10 wins because our schedule is good enough to get 10 wins. But if we get hurt, I can see us here. However, as an honest, unbiased pick, I'm going to put the San Francisco 49ers in here. All right, that is my 2026 NFL season team wins predictions. If you want more football content, let me know on this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.